Hello, my name is Peishu. I'm a Chinese teacher in London, and I've been teaching Chinese in the past 8 years. The video I'm going to show you, it is about how to teach Chinese characters. Chinese characters are notoriously hard for Western pupils to learn. So how do we make it easier? Well, watch the video and you will know. This video was actually filmed last year in a National Chinese Teachers Conference in London. So it was the biggest conference of the year. And apologies if the video is filmed in a weird angle. It wasn't intentional because back then I wasn't intending to share the video. But I guarantee you it's worth watching and you will definitely be able to pick up some new ideas for your teaching. Happy watching, have fun.
And now we're also going to use another game to put us back to the learner's shoes. Okay, so I'm going to have like two as a pair. Okay, so find your pair. Okay, maybe in the same table. Okay. Okay, right. Now, what we're going to do is, what we're going to do now is a person, okay, we'll have someone start first. This is called a character guessing game. It's on the board. Oh. Is it not working? Okay, sorry. It's called character guessing game. So one person flip a card and need to explain to the other person. Do not tell them the meaning. Obviously, we are all Chinese. I mean, not all of us Chinese, but I mean, like most of us know Chinese. But we need to pretend we don't know. Okay. So you need to describe the image, or like how many legs or how many arms this character has. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Okay, to guess as many characters as you can. And the other person look at the sheet and you can call the sound or the meaning. Okay, should we start now? 2 minutes. Do you know what you do practice on writing? Introduce everyone, show them how to write. Just roughly the stroke order. Yeah, but not entirely, because otherwise it would take too long.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Do you spend one lesson to prepare them?
No.
Straight away, direct.
Straight in.
Is it going to be like the first lesson? Or is it literally going to be like roughly like in the middle?
This one, it will be like they've learned the Chinese about a month ago. So they learned some basics already. Who was the one guessing the first round? Only 2 people. Okay, right. So tell me, how did it feel when you were the one guessing? Crazy.
I didn't know. I didn't know where to start, but it was exciting as well.
Yeah. Okay. Great. And who was the one describing? Yes. So tell us, what do you feel when you are describing the characters?
Because we know the character, so he's trying to avoid describing just physically to see how many parts of the character is it left to right or top to bottom, and is there any particularly distinguished way to describe the character that it looks like quite fun way to see the character in a different way.
Yes. Yeah, so my point is, sometimes as a teacher, we have a blind spot, a very big blind spot, because you think you know the characters already, so you don't necessarily try very hard to let the learners understand how to memorize the characters. And I think this game, although we're not using in Chinese at all, but you really kind of build the image with the meaning, you kind of build the connection together. Because this will help. I found with my students, this really helps a lot, because in the future, they always remember these characters, and that kind of builds up to, sort of linking the image first, and then the pinyin. So that becomes like characters and meaning in one unity. But I want to actually try to, after we've done the sort of having the characters and meaning in one unity, then you can start building up a lot of speaking activities. Yeah. So, for example, usually I would try to use a little bit of musical thing. So like speak to the beats or rap songs. You know, they actually do a song themselves. I just want to show you like one example because I think that actually is quite exciting. Okay.
GCE 开始，我们要科学、历史、汉语、文科、经济制，我们要中文课很好。
I think what I'm trying to say is that you can make it very short, but they kind of make the lyrics themselves, and they also like speak to the beat. So before this, we would usually do like quite a bit of. I just give them a very short, like a rap or something like this kind of groove, you know, like they kind of feeling the groove, feeling the beats, and feeling the moves, and then they speak to the song. Okay. And after that, I mean, I kind of introduced using timers a lot this year. So, for example, any kind of vocab games, I try to use a timer, so they kind of need to really, you know, catch each other very quickly. So, so for example, I will give them a text. So any kind of reading, I'll give them say, okay, so give us a time. How much time do you think we need for this text?
1 minute.
1 minute, great. Okay, so everybody, we need to finish the text. Everybody needs to have a go in a minute. So I think in this way, they kind of really focus on reading the text because sometimes the problem I encounter is that when one reading the text, the other person, the rest of the group is not necessarily focused. And I think in this way, they're really like having this peer pressure. They really want to like push each other to reach a goal together. Okay. Okay. So let's try this. Okay, let's try. So sometimes when you introduce a topic where the characters are quite complicated, what you can do is you can give them the vocab like repeatedly shown, and they have to say it in a certain time. Okay.
工程师，记者，
构筑师，
商人，记者，
Who's next? Come on.
演员，
科学家，
When you play this, it's kind of like a memory game, and also it kind of really strengthens the memory because the vocab they are kind of repeated again and again and again, and also like some the you know because some of them already said something, so the next they can even tell them the answer or something, so they kind of like can learn from each other. Okay, so okay, and the other way you can do for the revision game is okay. Can I have 2 volunteers, please? No volunteers. Okay, great. Thank you. You too. Okay, so we're going to compete against each other. So sometimes when you are okay, please come to the front. Thank you. So sometimes when you want to sort of revise this topic, okay, and you feel like okay, these words are just don't make sense. One side, the other side. Thank you. All right. So what I would do is usually I would ask them to write down the vocab first, and we will go through that. Okay. So how do we read it? By this time, actually, when they read, they already know the meaning. You don't need to give them the meaning. So it's quite easy. Unless they ask. Okay. And what we've done, when we've done, yeah, if they don't know opinion, they write down opinion. When they're done, I'll ask 2 volunteers to come up. Okay. So now, I'm going to point at the vocab, and you're going to say as quickly as possible. Okay. Let's see who got this.
公园、邮局、博物馆、电影院、运动中心、图书馆、邮局、博物馆。
Okay. Okay, so you won. Well done. Thank you, Stella. It's just a demonstration. But actually, they have a lot of fun, and even the weaker ones, they want to try this. And the good thing is, actually, the weaker one, they want to challenge the most able ones. So it can be like a mix and match. You know? It's a really good game. And also, this game, I actually showed this before. So this one can also be quite a good fun. Like, so for example, I'm going to say a sentence. What I'm going to do is, it's very easy. Okay, I'll say a sentence. Okay, and you need to point at the things in order of how I say it. Okay, very easy. 我喜欢吃牛肉。wait, you need to let me finish first. 我喜欢吃牛肉，我不喜欢吃羊肉。Is that right? No. 我喜欢，我不喜欢。Okay, again. 我喜欢吃牛肉，我不喜欢吃羊肉。很好 ，well done. For your group. Well done. So that's how you play this game, and this game is a lot of fun. Also, because you have like 喜欢和不喜欢, so you can even use conjunction. So you can say 我喜欢吃羊肉，但是我不喜欢吃牛肉。Okay, and after a few rounds, say, oh no, what 但是 is? You don't need to explain like, oh, 但是 but, you know? Okay, so if you want to also make it more challenging, you can also make it like characters. You can make it even more like complicated, you know. But and also actually when you play this like the second round, they all know which one is what and how to do this. Yeah. Okay. So it's quite a good game as well. All right. So now I want to say like the advantage of using a timer. So I use timers a lot, especially for reading the text about like doing a vocab challenge, or they just say something like asking questions and answers. And so in your okay, great. Okay, so I think actually obviously a lot of people already talk about this. It fully engaged pupils, and you know they actually speed up the process of reading the text or reading the characters. Because sometimes when they are not in a competition mode, it can take them ages to try to just get through that. But when other people are pushing them, they'll actually try to find the answers. It kind of really encourages them to look for the answers themselves or help each other. And it is like gaming. So you know, like that's why there's lots of studies about how gaming can. Why some games are so addictive? Because they give you feedback constantly. So, you know, within a minute time, if we reach the goal, that means we won the game. If we don't reach the goal, that means we try again. Okay? So sometimes in some contexts, I can actually try like 4 times or 5 times with them for 5 minutes. But they love it. You know, they actually would want to actually reach a goal because sometimes they only have a few seconds like difference and they can reach a goal. So they will always like try to like going back and forth and try to encourage each other. And also increase time for the practice and repetition. So you see that sometimes if you do this, you kind of repeat one vocab for like 10 times, 20 times. And also most importantly, you know, sometimes when they already speak the words, sometimes even like the sentences. So like say from the beginning you can say 你的爱好是什么？我的爱好是看书 and then you ask 你的爱好是什么？我的爱好是看书。So they kind of also activate their Chinese system. So when they are doing the writing, they find it much easier. They can just write what they think. They don't have to go back to look for the words. Or even if they have the words there, they know how to say it already. They just go back to look for the characters. So that makes the writing much easier. And last thing is, I think everybody knows Chinese whispers, right? So I'm not going to spend too much time. And the next one is delegate and teachers' roles. So, so I think sometimes in a classroom when you have some students who are very, very good, what I would do is I would say, okay, I have a sore throat today. So, would anybody like to be the teacher? So that actually be the teacher. They ask the questions for me. And I found that recently I started another competition. So basically I also split into 2 sides. And I asked 2 volunteers from each side. Okay. So what they're going to do is they swap sides. And they are going to ask the same question to each one of them. And see which one. Like and obviously the person who's been asked, they need to answer the question. Okay. And see which side finished first. But then I will be watching, see if who is cheating, you know, if their answer is too short or it doesn't make sense or they just repeat each other's sentence. So I think in this way, they kind of get that sense of urgency, you know, and they everybody wants to finish as quickly as possible. Yeah. So it's also quite a good sort of game. And also like the thing is, you don't have to be the ones always taking control. They can be the ones taking control. They can be the leaders. Yeah. Okay.